Guys, we are in the cistern. This is one area that, even though there's water everywhere, you do not have to worry about the water monster.
Conserving water from the spring.
Yes, it enables me to control the water in the drain sewers to some extent. Also, it can be used for all sorts of purposes.
Like for drinking.
Well, that too. But mostly to run different machines.
Like water mills.
Exactly.
This level mostly consists of us going up different areas and rerouting the water so that we can get down. Don't forget to go in this corner here for tinderbox. There's nothing else there, so it's easy to forget about it. This level involves a lot of jumping, and I really don't care for the jumping in this game because it's real easy to fall down just like I did right there. But that's okay. Like I said, there's nothing in the water to get you, so there's nothing to stop you from going right back up. I find it best to do kind of little run and jump when you're jumping to make sure that you get on the ledge. And you can actually go across this little bridge here in order to open a chest. It should be oil in a tinderbox. And next to each valve, there's going to be a diary entry. So don't forget that as well.
August 1839. There is no denying that Alexander puts a lot of faith into what I can only describe as magic. I'm not surprised. Even while traveling across Europe, I assumed I would have to embrace the supernatural to save my mind and life. As a novice, I do everything in my power to stay focused and not dwell too much on my own doubts. Alexander woke me up early and told me it was time we got started on our work. He was obviously excited to get going, and we headed downstairs to the old dungeon, where he preferred to tempt his rituals. It turns out that Alexander is a true Renaissance man, paralleled only by Da Vinci, I'm sure. He showed me several rooms fitted for specific research, such as anatomy studies, alchemy, and botany. The crown of Brennenburg must be the inner sanctum, a most hallowed ground where we shall attempt to permanently banish the orb's shadow.
You can go ahead and get down into the water after you're done. And just go directly across to get to the next valve. Now there's a little bit of a puzzle here because you have to get across the bridge, but the bridge won't move. So the best thing to do is when it shows you the prompt that it's held by a rusty chain, is to go ahead and just take a rock and aim it directly at the chain, and the bridge should fall.
August 1839. I could never be certain until today that I was on the right path. Using my orb, Alexander managed to channel its power unto us. The inner sanctum flared with blue, fiery light, and I could feel the same things I felt in the dark chamber in Algeria. It was like standing in a mad whirlpool of impressions. It was terrifying. But Alexander kept calm and wielded strange tools of science in order to tame the storm. Suddenly, the blue light was stained by strains of red, and the walls burst with pulsating tissue resonating with the scene. Alexander quickly covered the orb in some cloth, and the unspeakable thing vanished. Apparently, the orb's shadow is closer than Alexander thought. He said I should prepare for a warding ritual tomorrow. I'm not sure what he expects, but I have a bad feeling about this.
And just drop down into the water again. And you should go left in order to get to the last valve. Now there's steam coming out of these pipes, so you have to kind of time it so that you avoid them. Not only will you get burnt and take damage like that, lots of times it'll knock you right off the platform and you have to go through all over again. So, I'm not very fond of that part of the level at all. So, turn it off so that if you, for whatever reason, you have to come back, you won't get burnt again. Or if you take the long way back.
August 1839. It is still early, and Alexander is busy preparing for the ritual later today. Seeing him this worked up makes me question why. What does he stand to gain? I realize he is curious about it all, but surely there must be more. Is he so foolish he will attempt to tame the power of the orb? I must admit that yesterday, when Alexander flooded the inner sanctum with blue light, I realized we had but graced the orb's true potential. This might turn out to be more than escaping a creeping shadow. It might be the beginning of something truly extraordinary.
So go ahead and get down. And we're going to go left again. I'm going to go make our way back to the start of the level in order to exit. And as promised, I'm going to show you how you get across the way. There's actually two different ways that you can go. One of them you can take considerable damage, and the other, it's just a little more time consuming. I'm going to show you the easier way. Now, if you want to lower the other bridge, you can go ahead and lift this switch up so that the bridge to the cistern lifts and you can take a ride on it and jump on top of it, but you'll get hurt doing that. So instead, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go back down the ladder here in a second. I think I'm trying to make up my mind which one I want to do. And pick up one of these rocks that are on the ground and toss it up to that center section. And it should easily go across. And toss the rock on top of the bridge, which should bring it down. Alright guys, I will see you in the morgue.